Hello everyone, hello. We are here with some more Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to be doing the role quests for Shadowbringers, Traditions and Travails. Windrig's in chat, being all Windrig-ish. How was your dinner? Don't you know better than to sneak up on a dwarf mid-flagon? Not even a proper greeting neither. Look here. Lally-ho. The name's Giot. Lally-ho? What the who? Lally-ho! Mira looks so happy. See, now that's a greeting. Lally-ho's aside, just who are you anyway? I guess I'd remember someone like yourself if we'd ever met. You're from the same strange land as the Crystal Exarch, you say? Well, well, well. He's an odd sort, the Exarch is. He knows things, right? And he's got some sort of mystical power. Don't suppose you're the same, are you? Because I could use someone with the powers the likes of which this world has never known. I'm hunting sin eaters, you see? Well, one in particular. A healer, and not half bad at the job, eh? I like your confidence, and I wish I could take your word for it, but since you sound like just what I'm looking for, but I have to ask you to prove it. There's no need for that. Listen here, the sin eater I hunt ain't your average abomination. You can't blame me for wanting to make sure that I'm not leading you to your grave. That would be bad for the both of us. So, you get yourself over onto the Forest of the Lost Shepherd, and we'll see what you've got. The Peanut of the Lost Shepherd. Well, that's fitting. I remember aspects of this questline, but not all of them. Look, guys, I can fly in Lakeland already. That's fitting. Tengage doesn't play Final Fantasy. Tengage likes two things: Hoshigami and hamburgers. Oh, Miro! Glad you found the place alright. Now for the prey. That'll do. Now I just take a deep breath and... Hey, your mother was a hobgoblin and you ain't much to look at neither. Come here and face me, you craven shite. Though Giot lies prone, the creature appears indisposed to cease its rampage. It seems like that it will have to be dealt with. I'm not a fan of people setting my expectations, and I'll ask them not to do that, but I'm not going to ban someone or kick them out for it. Squirmels isn't here right now because, yeah. Well, actually, Bob Dole. Hang on. Just in case Bob Dole's needed for something else in the quest. Bring Bob Dole out. Hey, Jeremy. Really wanted you to watch Angry Joe? I don't know who Angry Joe is, but I'm sure their stream is great. That's not true. I like dogs, strategy RPGs, and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And taking sass to Camp Drybone. Good. You're guilty of being like, this part is good. Ha! See, that wasn't so bad. I reckon that I broke 3 or so ribs and at least 1 femur there, but my bones feel just fine now. Better than before, actually. And that beast gave you no trouble. Seems that you're just what I'm looking for after all. We can't talk about the rest back at the Crystarium over a drink or 3. The folks at the Wandering Stairs know how to keep them coming. Meet me there. Good, we can go back to the Crystarium now. Perfect. So, since my stream primarily focuses on story, I don't like it when people spoil things in chat. I request, personally, that they don't set my expectations on anything by making leading statements or whatnot. I ask them to hold their thoughts until after we get there, and that goes for any game we're currently playing. If I've played a game on stream before, and you want to talk about it, it's okay. I don't have any say about that. I do say it's respectful to ask if anybody hasn't played it, but you're free to talk about anything we played on stream before, unless we are currently playing that game again. So, like, I've played FF7 on stream before a few times. You're free to talk about it when we're not playing it. If by some chance I'm playing FF7 again on stream, just try not to talk about anything that's coming up, because believe it or not, every time I've played a game on stream, I've had people who have never played said game in chat. So. You DM me? Right, not like a flag in the veil after a well-earned victory. You hit your head. Ah, yes. And hard! That beast gave me a chance and really exceeded my expectations. And it did you! Ha! Whatever you want to call what we just did, doing it helped us understand each other. Sure enough, I've seen that you're a masterful fighter, and you learned that I'm as fearless as stone, and so the fellowship is forged. Now that I'm sure you won't get yourself killed, I can tell you something about the Sin Eater I'm after. It's one of those so-called cardinal virtues, Sophrosine, and it's a nasty piece of work. Each of the virtues looks like one of those fools who brought the flood upon us, but this one takes after the worst of the bunch, Lamit, disgrace to all dwarven kind. Knowing that one of our own people was a warrior of light is bad enough, but Sophrosine being out there looking all dwarf-like, well, it don't help matters, cursed thing. The Council of Elders, they don't want to live with the shame of Lamet's sins no more. So the head of council, the eldermost elder, stay with me here, gave me this job. Hunt down Sophrosine, slay it. See that it don't keep sullying our good name. I'm our strongest warrior, so if anyone's gonna do it, it has to be me. That's fine. I'm more than up to the for a contest of might. The problem I'm having, though, is that Sophrosine keeps healing itself, and it's, well, deeply annoying. I suppose it's because Lamet herself was some kind of master of the art, but Sophrosine's healing is so powerful that no matter how hard I whack it, I can't leave a scratch. To make matters worse, it also flies around, carefree as you please, resurrecting other Sin Eaters. We'll be up to our eyeballs in them forever if we can't do something about those curative powers. That's where you come in, right? Yes? Lamet doesn't deserve your scorn, you know. Listen, I know you have your own ways, and that's just fine. But whether you care much for dwarven honor or not, you have to agree that a sin eater that can raise its fellows from the grave is a danger to us all. As for Limit, you should know that being a dwarf is about respecting tradition, and she never did. Never. You might not have heard, but the tales say that Limit roamed the land without her helm. She willingly showed her face to those who weren't kin. She knew full well that it would dishonor her and us all, and she did it anyway. Then there's the part about bringing doom on all the world. Not one of our taboos. Not one of our taboos, really, but it's generally frowned upon. And now she's back, face bare to the world. A sin eater. What could make a dwarf go so wrong? But we have ale to drink and sin eaters to hunt, in that order. You healed my body, sure enough, but I'll need a few more flagons to restore my vigor. And by a few, I mean about 100. Come and find me later. You're not a big fan of playing heroes games for stories? Most stories are just variations of the hero's journey anyway, and to some degree. But that's okay. I don't mind sharing them and having fun with them. Affronts and allies. Who are you? You looking at me? You got something to say? Gotcha, eh? Of course I'm my new partner. I ain't drunk, neither. I'm a dwarf. I'll take more than that. Well, however much I had to get me under the table. And now you know one more thing about me. This'll only strengthen our fellowship, I'm sure. But we'll need more than just a sense of camaraderie if we're out to take down Sophocene, so I'm about thinking we should start with observation. Get you a look at its healing powers. Let you see what we're dealing with. Now, this is the perfect place to overhear the right sort of information if you listen. Don't get the wrong idea. I don't let it get in the way of no important drinking, but I do pay attention. Anyway, what I heard is Sophocene's been spotted in Calusia. Then I remembered there's a little pub over in Stiltide. The Leaky Keel it's called, and they make a decent brew. Some of the folks there should be able to point us in the right direction. Anyway. That's sarcasm, Mon. You've been meaning to talk to me about how bad I was at Hoshigami? That's okay, I'm pretty terrible at it. I'm not the best when it comes to strategy RPGs anyway, so the fact that I played it at all is just generally impressive. That's a 14 should have Jawas. I'm pretty sure there'd be a copyright infringement there. You wonder if Twitch accepts Zalgo? Apparently it does. Hey, you guys fought the Obliterator, but only Jeremy lived. Vector will be back later. We're not going to be on for much longer, Vector. We're just going to be finishing this quest here, and then I'll be done. And just, what are you looking at? Fine, fine. No need to give me that murderous stare. I know what you're thinking. Why is Bob Dole up on the table? No, seriously, Bob Dole, why are you on the table? There's plenty of other places to stand in this room, and you're just like, fuck it, I'm up here. Alright, you know, you do you. That Gia, you're thinking to yourself, always drinking and lounging about, and drinking some more. What a sluggard, what a drunkard, what a magnificent beard. Oh, I had a beard like that, yes, I know, you don't need to explain yourself to me. We really should work on finding you a sense of humor. Maybe deal with that after Sophocene. Might take a while. Anyway, you'll be happy to hear that while I was waiting, I got my hands on some prime information. Also some excellent wine, which... No, information first. Right, so, according to the local fisherfolk, quite a few sin eaters have turned up near the Bright Cliffs lately. I suggest we go there and kill as many as we can find. We can't say for sure where Sophocene will appear next, but it's in the area. It won't pass for a chance for it to revive its fallen friends, right? And while we're at it, you can vent some of that pent-up rage you've got. Don't need to be pretty, so long as the job gets done. Just make sure to find me again before Sophocene shows up, you hear? Hey, Giot's got the healing roll mindset down. I am firmly convinced that most healers have a lot of pent-up rage. Oh, I can't fly here. Forgot about that. Look, and we got to Mythic Rank 4, which means all of the buffs last 24 hours. That's it. Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. I haven't found any wine that I'm particularly fond of. Piedmont talks about plum wine a lot, but I've never had it. I tend to not like alcohols for the most part. But if I can't taste the alcohol, like I love ciders. Ciders are really good. Your wife that doesn't like to taste alcohol doesn't like this one. There's a good chance that I'd like it too. Come along, Bob Dole. Follow me and the gigantic carbuncle. Oh, by the way, guys, we decided earlier that a group of carbuncles is called a carbank. A carbank of carbuncles. His brain forgets words. That's true. More so as I get older, my brain's just like, hey, that's a thing I forgot. Alright, so technically, glare is actually better for 2 targets, but we're gonna do this just so I stun them. And one more. The group of slutty carbuncles of the car skank. I don't think carbuncles can be slutty. I'm fairly certain that's just something they're incapable of. One of my favorite moments in FF14 is still when Tataru tried to summon a carbuncle and she did, and then she commanded it to do something and it was just like, nah, and just fucked off. The only she's unfortunately the case of the only carbuncle that was just like, nope, I'm out of here, see ya. Carbuncles can accomplish anything they put their mind to, sluttiness included. Alright. I've never seen a carbuncle inclined to deal with a to be slutty, but look at this robotic job. I have this as a mount in on my other character. Hey there, Giant. That should do it. Now we wait to see its opposite shows itself. Over in those bushes, they say, and I... Okay, you know what? Fuck you, Island Wolf. Who the fuck do you think you are? I like how Miro's casting stance is basically just Magneto flying. That should do it. Now, we wait to see if Sophisin shows itself. Over in those bushes, say. And I've got the wine right here. Okay. Those aren't even bushes! There aren't any bushes in this spot! In fact, Gia, you're out in the open! You're not even partially behind the rock! Well, she's cool looking. There. That's it! See? It revived the other one. Hey, what's wrong? What a lonely place to die. The world outside is even worse than I feared. Is someone there? You're alive? Well, why didn't you say so? I can't do much for the dead, but the living, that's a whole other matter. Look who it is! I can't believe it. All my wounds healed. Thank you, kind stranger. You sure are lucky I passed by. You really might have died, you know? You'll hear no argument from me. I was a fool. The thought that the hobgoblin I was after might have friends lying in wait never so much as crossed my mind. I shouldn't have been out here alone. With your magic to keep me fighting, though, their numbers wouldn't pose such a problem. What do you say? You don't look to have a party of your own yet, and I could certainly use a man like you on my side. Well, I am no man, you unripened gourd. Why, I've never been so insulted in my life. Let me tell you what's what. I'm Lament, proud daughter of the Toll family. And if I catch you mocking me again, I'll put you right back the way I found you, you hear? Yes, ma'am, I certainly didn't mean to offend. The beard misled me, you see. None of your wounds have healed. And that's that! So they just went around bullying hobgoblins and finding treasure? Look, Ardbert! Treasure! You guys remember Ardbert? The ghost dude who's been following us around the main story? Well, he's got new armor, look at that. You certainly look the hero now! Let's see you act like one. So that's one of the cool things I really like about the role quest in Shadowbringers. It does tell you the history of the Warriors of Darkness, which was something that people really wanted to know back in Heavensward. Who the fuck are these characters? And then in Shadowbringers, they finally answered that question. Hello, Miro. Hey, you, honor the slout, half-empty flagon. Leggy dullard, your mother was a hob and your face looks like a newborn's ass. What is the matter with you? That was colorful. Straight faced as always. A refreshing round of insults always cheers me up. But I'm starting to wonder if you have as much trouble with fun as you do with jokes. Are you sure your mother ain't a hob? She just shrugs her shoulders. Fine, never mind. At least we got what we came for. And you didn't miss much. After Sophrosine brought the other Eater back to life, they both floated off to who knows where. What happened to you? You saw Sophrosine? No, the real Lemet's past? Huh, I knew you had some kind of weird power. Sounds to me like you witnessed what the beginning of Lemet's journey, right after she left home. It's odd you said she was wearing her helm, and she helped out that injured traveler, just like any dwarf of honor would do. Maybe she wasn't born a monster, but then... It don't sit right with me, neither. But standing around wondering about it won't do nothing that makes us thirsty. So, we're done here, so let's go back to the Crystarium. Alright, let's teleport. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so with that said, we're gonna teleport down to here. Now the role quests have to be completed before we complete the Shadowbringers storyline. So we're going to be trying to do this as often as we can. But it'll depend on how quickly I level my character too, because, yeah. Ain't nothing like a flag and a veil after a job well done. Don't give me that look. I did this stuff. I did stuff this time. You saw. And you also saw Sophocene work its magic. But since you haven't said nothing about it yet, I'm guessing you didn't have no sudden revelations about how to stop it. Don't worry. I didn't expect you to solve my whole problem just like that. I only needed you to remember what you saw today. Keep it in your mind, then maybe something will come to you when you are working your magic elsewhere. Me, I like to think while I drink. It's the most efficient way. So you can find me here if you need me. I'll let you know when I have a plan. Alright, so yeah, the next quest, the scientific method, unlocks at 74. So, there you guys have it. YouTube, thank you for viewing. I hope you guys enjoy.